energy going. You know, welcome everybody to another episode of the Ninja Banter podcast with the Less Than Stealthy Ninjas. I myself, ScooterRay, along with to the person to the right of me, Neon Xerxes. Cosmic Boss is having technical difficulties, so he'll be back at some point. Who knows? That's what
I mean, no,
happens.
I'm here. I'm here.
I said Cosmic Boss. I did not say you guest that I have not introduced.
I can't.
Ooh.
I can't. Okay, I can hear everything now. I heard that.
You too busy worrying about Final Fantasy. Of course, we have Aranya who is not here, but she is with us in spirit. She is away this weekend, and only because I'm gonna take shots because she's not here. She say she didn't want to be on the podcast. Yeah, I said it. But
Ooh.
but of course, below me, as you can see, we have my tag brethren, the average gamers. We got the Heartthrob, Jaeger Bombastic, and we got Mr. N Walker himself, Lip
Oh, I
Dizzle.
like that. I like that.
So first and foremost, how's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling?
Man, it's Friday.
It's Friday. There we go.
It's Friday.
TGIF.
I feel that because today was my first day off in like a week. So yes, I'm definitely loving that it's Friday. All right, so let's get down to the nitty gritty while we're here. Today's topic is state of the industry, AAA games versus the indies, and what is the future of gaming? This topic was introduced by one Neon Xerxes. With that being said, I'm gonna let him take it away with getting this topic going.
All right. So, in our discussions prior to going live, I told the guys I was going to drop one word. I'm going to see how you guys react to this. I see Sammy getting ready for what I'm about to drop. Let's see. Marcus was saying he thinks he knows what I'm going to say. Let's see if he's right. Microtransactions.
Yup, that's exactly what I thought you were gonna say. Yup.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna say something about microtransactions. Microtransactions is, I will go ahead and say it and just put it out there personally, the worst thing to happen to modern gaming.
And a lot of people, Scoot, would wholeheartedly agree with you. You can search for some commentators on YouTube, and you're going to find people who are in agreement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sammy?
I gotta agree, man.
Marcus?
I'm 50-50 on it. Mainly because it's that old Uncle Ben tale, with great power comes great responsibility. And I feel like there are companies that utilize microtransactions very well. But there are other companies, primarily one company in particular, that abuses the fuck out of microtransactions. And that's Electronic Arts.
Yeah, I was about to say, man, go ahead and get it out there.
EA. EA is the fucking bane of modern gaming right now. I mean, you got to think about it. They have a fucking chokehold on NFL. This is one of the reasons why we don't have NFL 2K. One of the best fucking football games, or football franchises ever. That whole series on Dreamcast, fucking lovely. And now you got EA to have a chokehold on the NFL to the point to where now that they don't have any competition, they basically do whatever the fuck they want, mainly because where else are you going to go to get a licensed football game?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and as far as soccer goes, yeah, there's other soccer games, but I mean, who's playing anything other than FIFA? I mean, yeah.
Well, recently it was announced that FIFA's license could be up in the air.
And it should be.
Because apparently FIFA wants like $1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
So unless EA is willing to shell it out,
which they probably
FIFA
won't.
license could be up in the air. But so my personal issue with microtransactions as is, it's crazy to think that we're paying $60-$70 for a game, and then you want us to tack on a little bit more. Like you want us to pay a little bit more. Like you want, hey, see this shiny gun here that can shoot 20 meters further. If you pay us $5, you can get the gun right now instead of waiting till you get level 50. Hey, see this shiny outfit here that you can't get in the game, period? Ooh, you can get this shiny outfit right now for $3. It's like, come on, fam. Come on. If that ain't the most predatory thing ever, trash.
I would rather. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Sammy. Drop that.
All right. No. I was just saying that to that point of come and get this shiny outfit that you can't get anywhere else. I got to say that while I do agree with that being bullshit, that you can pay the $3 or the $5 or shit if it's rare enough or whatever the fuck they put a value on it, the 10, because I've seen that. As long as it doesn't affect the way you play, then I do not really care if like you want to have that microtransaction option available.
Okay.
Like as long but when you said, hey, you can either buy this gun for the $5 or wait till you get to level 50, that's when I have an issue. That's when I am mad at said company. Now, key examples of where it's okay or acceptable, we'll say it even though there's like a gray area with, or like an area with them. Bungie, they've been doing Destiny, but at least with their microtransactions, they've been all right. Yeah. They don't make any. It's all purely cosmetic shit that you can buy. Doesn't.
I'll be talking.
It only makes you look flashier. Even with, and only because Lip's playing it, Final Fantasy 14. All the stuff you can get through microtransactions is all cosmetic shit. It all makes you look cooler, but it doesn't affect your gameplay. I mean, there are things to catch you up, but it doesn't affect you in a competitive sense.
Yeah,
true.
You know what you're referring to, Jaeger, is pay to win. That a microtransaction is pay to win.
Yes.
So it's pay to win if you buy, if it's not a skin, but an actual gun that like for instance, one of my favorite guns in Destiny 2 is a pulse rifle called the Graviton Lance, which I got just playing the game, and it dropped. That's the way it should be. But it'll be, and the gun, it hits hard and it's great for crowd control. Well, it would suck if there was an option to buy it. So wait a minute. I played the game, did whatever I needed to do, and it dropped. But here is John PQ can just go to the store and buy it.
That's where I appreciate Destiny for. You can't buy that. You can, at the very most, buy an ornament or a modifier to it. Yeah, a shader. What's called a shader for it. But even if you can't buy the currency for the game, you still have to earn your, what do they call them, ascendant shards. You still have to get your exotic ciphers in order to even buy that gun in the vault or whatever that for the exotics that were in previous seasons.
And another example, trials in Destiny. Yeah. So highly competitive, and of course, if you go in there and play, maybe you win, maybe you don't, but there are things that drop for you for taking the time to go in there and play. That's the way it should be. It will be completely unfair that let's say that there's a gun that drops in there called an ascendant rifle, for example.
for conversation's sake.
Yeah, there you go. It will be completely wrong that, if that's a trials gun, but then we can go to the app store or whatever and buy it. Well, that kind of kills those players that took the time to face all that heavy competition, hoping that gun would drop. Then,
Oh no, it don't. No, it don't. Kinda. It
you know,
absolutely kills it because if I sit here and grind it away to get this gun, and
Yes.
here it is, you can start the game today, pay $5 for it, while I didn't put in 10, 15, 20 hours, and you could have just pay the extra $5. Fuck all that noise.
yeah,
I agree completely.
yeah, Cosmic
Exactly.
Boss
Like-
joined us. You got some insight?
Like I think
We're talking about microtransactions.
yeah, I finally got it under control, but
Yeah.
I see we're on microtransactions.
It's only where we started.
The only company I see doing it correctly, and I haven't played a lot of Destiny, and this is surprising, would be Overwatch.
Yes.
Like, anybody
yes.
that has played Overwatch knows they've had it microtransactions in it from the very beginning.
Mhm.
But microtransactions only got you one thing: loot boxes. What was in those loot boxes?
Random.
Cosmetics only. Never a character, never a map, never any kind of gun, never any kind of boost of any kind. So
You don't have to buy any characters. They release all those characters
if
for free.
microtransactions go beyond. Yes, if microtransactions go beyond cosmetic, then it's a problem in my view. Like, what level of problem? That's to be seen. You could take fighting games, for example. Street Fighter, what was it? Street Fighter 5 had microtransactions where you had to buy certain characters with the season pass. Imagine if you went to competition and you didn't have that character.
Well, Street Fighter 5 had that typical thing like they do with all fighting games and DLC, where the initial game has this much, but season 2 has these fighters, season 3 has this, season 4 has it. Kind of like what they did with Smash Brothers and all that. That's what they did with Street Fighter 5. They kind of did that whole aspect.
Yeah.
But if you wait a year and a half, you can rebuy the game again.
You can even do like Smash Brothers.
What about Smash?
Yeah, but like you said with Smash Brothers, like everybody else played like who all had Melee besides me? Like everybody remembers what they had to go through to unlock characters on that game.
Mm-hmm.
You had to beat adventure mode in like 7 minutes for some characters. You had to beat it on ultra hard with 3 lives to unlock one character. Like
that's a return to form. How it used to be.
Imagine somebody said, "Oh, they just bought it. They just took away everything." Yes, like there should be no character, gun, item, boost, ship, car, map, anything in.
I think you might be having
Or if you wanna protect the mobile side, you can keep the little coin. But I just like once it goes past cosmetic, it starts to become a problem. What level of problem yet to be seen. But if it goes Battlefield, well, not Battlefield, but Battlefront 2's route, big issues there. Big issues there.
As recent, I can even kind of appreciate what Call of Duty did, because Call of Duty, it was you get these special outfits, and no, it wasn't a different weapon; it was the same weapon just reskinned. So even with Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, even their transactions wasn't so predatory because it's like, no, it's the same LMG, it just has a casino theme to it. Or it's the same pistol, it just fires ghost bullets. It's the same bullets, it just looks like ghosts. Like, so I can appreciate that because, like you said, if it's a boost in power or a boost in something, then it's trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we've
like, and that's in Call of Duty wise, all it did was unlock certain attachments for your gun, that could only be used with that skin, but you could still unlock those attachments for every other gun, and it was still predicated on your skill. Like that gun with those attachments didn't make you better. It didn't make you better. If you still sucked at the game and aiming, you still sucked. So, like, you know, it didn't make you better. Like
You just suck with some cool
adding
weapons.
on boosters to a ship or tuning a car. Yeah, you just sucked with prettier weapons. So
yeah. Well, you know, it seems that we're kind of all kind of to it. We're all pretty much in agreement, you know, that it's microtransactions is not so much a problem if it's just make you look cool, but it's a definite problem if it can really affect the game. If it can affect the gameplay, it can affect.
Definitely.
Yeah, you know, because it's just completely unfair for those of us who enjoy the grind, and want something to drop, or we go and actually do the quest to get whatever it is we're after, you know, and it's just a slap in the face for you to, even if it's not immediate, but let's say, you know, a new suit of armor or a sword or something, it's introduced, you got a quest, we do it, but then a couple of months later, it's available in the store. That's still a slap in the face.
Yeah, it is. Anytime they do something like that, it's a slap in the face.
A year later, it's still a slap in the face because we all took time to grind for this goddamn sword.
I mean, you know, let's throw it to Dizzle right quick. Dizzle, you've been playing Final Fantasy 14. How would you feel if some of the stuff you grinded for and worked for, and a person like me who could just start today, pay $15 and get almost everything you got?
Oh, I mean, that shit happens all over the place. Yeah, man, that situation in itself is not only important for this conversation, but it's important for a number of conversations moving forward, because there's I don't even want to say the term epidemic, but I guess it's a changing of the times because of the fact, and I'm pretty sure that this could be another topic for a whole another day or podcast, depending on how y'all want to do it. But this whole participation trophy shit that we have going on, where everything is just given, just thrown at everybody. I mean, case in point, let's take Marvel vs. Capcom 2, for instance. Okay. Can you imagine just having all those characters just thrown at you without having to go through and do multiple playthroughs over and over again to unlock each and every one of those characters, or to gain the amount of currency it takes to buy each and every one of those characters? Would that game be as good as everybody touts it to be to this day if everything was just thrown at you as a fucking throwaway?
Man, look here.
No.
The amount of troubles
I went through. The last time they re-released it, they did that thing.
But did they? I'm just saying, the amount of troubles playing the Dreamcast version of MVC2, I'll be good. Goddamn. I mean, granted, I know when they released it on PS2, it had everybody there, but that's when you just buying the game. But as far as, you know, doing it, bullshit.
Now, to answer the question though, yeah, I'd be fucking pissed, because you have to think about the amount of time and skill it takes to actually attain something that is highly sought after and not everybody has. And for me to take my time out of my day, out of my life, and assess a situation, learn the strategy on how to attain what I want to attain, go through and acquire the skills necessary to do what I need to do to acquire it, and then have the shit drop, and to have that euphoric feeling of, yo, I went through all this and it meant something and I earned it. And to have some motherfucker, Joe Blow over here, spend $10 and then run around and then not appreciate it because they didn't work for it. It's just like
appreciate it.
Yeah. They definitely are gonna appreciate it. It's like,
hey, Dizzle, you have a message right here.
Hey, what up, Taz?
You know what,
You know,
Taz? Not even gonna do it. But yeah, it's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Well, you bring up when you bring up the participation trophy idea,
Mhm.
something comes to mind, and that's in World of Warcraft. These character boosts, whatever happened to starting to level 1 and grinding to level cap, but now you got these boosts you can use to go directly to the level cap. You know, what about
Well,
the
well,
veteran?
Final Fantasy 14 offers something
Yes,
similar.
and that's it.
Oh,
And that's
really?
not in just in Warcraft. That's in
every
that's
MMO.
in Borderlands 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's in every MMO, but I count
yeah.
that
That's like
as
for
fair
they do
ground
that in Borderlands
because
3. They do it in other RPGs, but like
So would it be fair, like if it's offered day one? Because it wasn't like that with World of Warcraft.
well, no, I count it as fair ground because like I mean it's not you could say that it's not fair to the day one players, but for the company, for the people that are just trying to get all their story in, they still got to play through the story to even to get to unlock certain things. And even if you get that level cap, if you want to play this thing competitive, you gotta your level is balanced out amongst others.
Yeah, I
Isn't
mean,
there?
you can even correlate that to the whole. Yeah, you're just gonna suck in a prettier gun. You may have a
Exactly.
high level, but
Like,
I mean, you don't have the skill to even play that yet because you didn't go through the process of leveling up to see what skills work better for you. Your play
yeah,
style is not gonna match your level.
I'll even admit I bought a boost for one type of class in Final Fantasy 14. And while it was fun to like pop off all these different abilities, I didn't necessarily know what the fuck I was doing at first. It still took the time using that class in order to actually use them properly.
Mm-hmm. It could be a
So
matter of I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no. I think I just trailed off on that. So
That's okay. It also could be a matter of preference. Me being who I am, I take enjoyment in the grind.
True.
It would actually kill the fun for me to boost to level cap from jump. It would kind of lose some of the fun. I enjoy watching my character grow. From the runt. Like for instance, I like playing Diablo 3. Been a while since I played, but
Yeah, buddy.
my characters, I have some killing machines. They started off as runts. Moving slow, attacking slow, and with time, I've turned them into some straight up, instruments of death.
So roughly though, how much hours you think you roughly poured into that to do it?
Okay, so I'll let you guys use your imagination. Since I'm a console player. Diablo 3, I got vanilla Diablo 3 on the PlayStation 3. I started playing, of course, that came out a couple years ago. I was late to the game, so I didn't get it day one. So that had to be, I got that somewhere between maybe 2014 and 2016, somewhere around there, maybe. I can't remember. But then I got the Reaper of Souls on PS3. And of course, I was able to transfer my characters and keep going. Then when I got my PS4, I got Reaper of Souls on PS4, but still able to transfer characters. So just imagine how many versions I've jumped. That's how much time I've put into these characters. Because, I hit the level cap and, I'm in the Paragon levels and...
Hey, Taz asking you a question, Zert.
And no, I didn't get rushed. That's all grinding. That's just sitting there playing the game, bro.
Taz, that's not because Taz is a diehard Diablo fan. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm still I didn't start playing Diablo till 3. So, Taz, what do you mean by get rushed? You know, for me, it was all grinding. You know, that was just taking time playing the game. You know, I went through the story, and I prefer playing adventure mode since I've already seen the story. So I get in adventure mode and just grind bounties, killing. No, I didn't have anybody helping. I was alone playing this. You know, uh, and I forgot where I am in Paragon. I know I'm in somewhere in the hundreds, I think, on my Paragon levels. You know, so and I still think that it's probably things I haven't even seen yet. Because another joy I get is wondering what weapons and armor has not dropped for me yet that I haven't seen yet. You know, another joy I get for why I grind. Yeah, good points, guys. So while we're still talking about the AAA side, you know, I've been a gamer all my life. You know, and gaming before consoles went online. I'm used to. I come from a school of thought to where when money was spent, we got a complete game.
Yes,
we got a complete game. But it seems that now with console, I mean, I know PC players probably have already dealt with this long before. Yeah. With consoles getting put online, it's like now companies can put out a broken product and then try to fix it later.
So I think what's starting to happen with that, since this new age day of social media, we start getting these people making videos, making posts, saying that they want the game, they want the game, they want the game. And the problem is, we as a society didn't vote with our wallet, cheap plug. As a society, didn't we made this okay as a society? We made this okay for a company to be like, hey, we can give you this $60 game today, but it may be a little.
And we can give some examples of some $60 games dropping and be like, what's wrong? Like the Cyberpunk thing didn't roll out smooth. Mass Effect Andromeda didn't roll out smooth. Anthem didn't roll out smooth.
Oh man!
Look here,
I'm not even. I'm not. I can't even talk about Anthem right now. I'm not even gonna do it.
I bought Anthem, and then I quit playing it when I heard people talking about it was breaking PS4s. I was like, no, ain't finna tear my stuff up. You know? But yeah, I mean, you know, we got that, and that's a very good point, Scoop.
Here you go, Dizzle.
You know what? Now that Tag and said something, go ahead. Let me see.
Oh no.
I was in the beta for this damn game. First and foremost, the marketing on this shit had us believing this game was about to be.
He gave a warning.
This game was about to be just like the next coming of just what the fuck, because they had me believing I was about to be in an Iron Man suit in the sky, in the water, handling just natural fucking disasters while I'm shooting shit down.
I remember that.
You gonna cry in the car.
Then here's the thing. Then you get into the beta. The beta, first off, the queue times was fucking ridiculous. And then if you were even lucky enough to actually get into the game, you got booted out of the game. That was during the beta. And you would think, okay, you know what? Cool, it's just the beta, they're gonna fix the shit. Day one, same queue times. Game still freezing, still getting kicked out, having to go back into the queue. I bought this game 3 times. I bought this game 3 fucking times. I bought the special edition for myself. And then I had 2 friends that I bought this game for as well, because I was like, you know what? We all gonna play this game. So you know what? I got you. I'm gonna play it. Cool. Fuck Anthem. Fuck Anthem. Fuck Anthem. Fuck Anthem. Because you know what? And then they should have gave everybody their fucking money back because they released a game that wasn't fucking finished and they had these fucking promises in this fucking bullshit ass roadmap. You know what? Just fuck Anthem. Fuck Anthem.
They need to be on a sweatshirt.
I'm gonna put on a sweatshirt because if we keep having to talk about Anthem,
Right.
I'm gonna sell some merchandise to get paid for it because
that whole rant needs to be all over that sweatshirt though. Like make it on a hoodie if you can. just put text up and down the arms, all across the chest, the back, the hood. Do it.
Jaeger?
Just complete typography design, just all over words. Fuck Anthem.
Fucking verbatim.
Anthem aside,
subject.
Anthem aside, I will say this though. In terms of the whole thing about consoles being hooked up to the internet and then having the ability to do DLC and add stuff to games later and bring out unfinished games, it's in the same boat as the microtransactions because, again, with great power comes great responsibility. Now, it's a blessing because if you release a game that has some flaws, all your base belong to us.
Yeah.
You can patch some shit and then you can fix it. That way, you don't have to worry about having these fucking memes. But and Bungie to an extent in terms of Anthem, or if you want to say Activision, they can just release piss poor shit and say, you know what? Okay, we'll give them this, and then we'll just promise them a day one patch or an update a month later, or we'll just give them a roadmap and say we'll add this, and this, and hope that it fucking works. Marvel's Avengers.
But no, you know what though? I think the thing that kills me the most is that you get your game, you either buy it physical, digital. The game is like 30-something gigs. You pop it in. The next thing you know, they're going to be like, hey, yo, we got a day one patch. And the day one patch would be like 15 gigs. And you're like, what the fuck? Did y'all, like, what are y'all fixing? Like, that's half the size of the game. Like, what the hell is being fixed here? And it's like, wait, so now, not only did I have to wait for it to download, now I got to wait damn near that time again to play it normal.
Yeah.
Jaeger, what you got to say on that?
Let's see. Which games came out with the day one patch? Like, it's extremely disappointing. Let's just go with that first of all. Especially because, like Scoot just said, you'll come out with a day one patch that's about half the size of the game. And what? I got to wait longer now? The game is in the console. It's installed. I already waited, if you got a slower internet connection, the hour plus just to play this damn thing. But most people buy digital now, so they're trying to jump that line. So you want to make me wait longer. And now, because I'm waiting, I'm digging in the forums. I'm digging in whatever I can to find out what the hell this day one patch is about. And hopefully it's addressing something that was something beta related. But then that just adds to the frustration of why the fuck couldn't you have fixed this between the time of the beta and when your game actually got dropped? Like, all right, let's take a Halo Infinite right now, for example. I love the fact that they put out this multiplayer beta before the game actually dropped, because there has been plenty of feedback on things such as the amount of experience you get per match. Let's put it like this. A level is 1,000 experience. You get 50 per game. You telling me that I got to play 20 games in order to get up a level? But they try to speed that up by giving you these challenges or these bounties that you do that are worth 250 to 400 points apiece. That was fine. But the first week gave you some bullshit, like oddly specific things with weapons that that are like just power weapons that everybody's like scrambling for to begin with. So if you're lucky enough to get that power weapon, you now have to get either 1 or 5 or 10 kills with said power weapon. And so since then, they have been addressing those. They've made the challenges easier. They've come out with playlists like Fiesta, which gives you pretty much all the power weapons, or every time you spawn, you get a random assortment of weapons, so you have a higher chance of using said weapons for your bounties. They're doing that much right to where they're fixing their issues as they're addressed. And trust me, with Halo taking as long as it has to come out with their next game, it's definitely getting the attention from the fans, and thank God for something like Reddit, because that's pretty much all they're paying attention to. So, no, it's definitely an eye roll. At least it's a heavy groan to just asking for a refund, Cyberpunk, at most. I mean, shit, let alone Anthem. But that's
trilogy?
it. Which one?
GTA trilogy?
I was just thinking that.
I'm happy that I've been ignorant on that, because I don't think I want to see it.
You don't. Trust me.
There we go.
You don't. All right, so let's steer it to the other side. What is it about indie games that makes indie games so well received as they have been these last 10 years roughly?
They're usually complete for one.
They're what?
I have thoughts.
Well,
on that.
I mean, those indie games are usually complete for one, to reiterate my point. But go ahead, man.
Yeah, go ahead, Cosmic. Boss, go ahead.
Yeah, like
Boss is on lag time.
I have thoughts on the indie games thing and also the previous topic, but speaking on the whole day one patches and all that, I think that's the fault of gamers, and that's a hot take for me. That is the complete fault of gamers, in my opinion.
I wouldn't say it's like
just to quickly go over
hot. It's ember hot. Oh, my bad.
And I don't mean just the fault of what Scoot said at the beginning. I mean from when we moved on from the 16-bit era, and everybody started demanding better graphics, more story, all this and that and the other. They wanted more complicated, better looking games. PC has dealt with that forever. They've had the best looking shit since time immemorial in gaming. So they've always had these issues with their games. That didn't hit consoles until, as you said, it went online. And it started with pretty much Grand Theft Auto 4, which I think was the first game on console that cost $100 million to make. Once these games started getting more complicated and more pretty, more complications arose for the developers. So they had more work to do. They had less time to do it. Just for a case in point, we all know about crunch time. Lip even knows. You played Last of Us 2. Scoot, you did as well. That game was supposed to come out in 2020. Well, not 2020, but 2019. It got delayed, 3 times? And that's why the leak happened. People got upset, and they wanted it out, and they wanted to know why what was happening. Because it wasn't about the story. They knew the story for years, but because it kept getting delayed, people were impatient. So developers have less time to put out games because we're all impatient. We want the new stuff now, this, that, and the other, and we want it to look pretty. We want it to play well, and they don't really have enough time. I mean, you could look at some of the game developers that we got on before that take years to make games, whether that be Bethesda and Elder Scrolls, and they took years and they still put out something wrong, but that's them. You can look at Rockstar. How long did it take them to put out Red Dead 2? And that game came out with almost no issues.
True. That is true.
And so, it's not a lot of things out there that they I think it's completely the fault of gamers. We wanted more. The developers had less time to work with and less stuff to work with. But then and now we're reaping basically what we sowed for that. But in terms of indies, I think indies are just the developers of old, because from 95 to 2005, everybody here remembers all the developers that aren't no more. Everybody here booted up a game back in. They remember Neversoft coming across the screen with that pit going in that eye. We can all name a developer here, or multiple developers that just aren't making stuff anymore, and that is another issue of ours. The games got more complicated and they got more expensive. These developers weren't making that money. They couldn't afford.
Add to your point.
Developers learn to keep their mouths developers until they want. Well, see, that's the thing. And then we all gonna get mad when they ain't announcing stuff. Like, even though Blizzard is going through hell right now, rightfully so. Everybody remembers 20 plus years ago when they were to announce something, Blizzard would say, and when they were to get asked again, Blizzard would say it'll be out when it's ready. And it will be released like 4 or 5 years later, and people would still be happy. So people just ain't got that patience anymore. But the developers indies now are just the developers of old with smaller teams, smaller budgets. So and they're just killing it now because most of them are crowdfunded through Kickstarter or Patreon or whatever else they're using. And so like they'll put a big name on it and they'll be like, we got such and such from like, what was it? BioShock. They like, we got Ken Levine from BioShock. We're making that game is still in beta. So like RIP to those people. But man, indies are killing it now. And I think it's just like they're just making old school games with less money and they're raking in the dough.
Yeah.
I think from the outside looking in, I would say on the indie side, I think the passion is still there for the discipline, for the art. Because if you're indie, like one thing we have to look at on the AAA side is that you got two entities. You got the developer, then you got the publisher who got the purse strings. And the developer is probably at the mercy of the publisher pulling the strings. So it could be the publisher, that's adding in all the deadlines and all this other stuff, and it's just putting all that pressure on the developer. Like, they know the game isn't ready, but the bank is calling who got the purse strings. That's why, like the Taz was mentioning, how they should keep their mouths shut till the game is done. The development side will probably agree with you that we wanted to say hush, like, look, it's ready when it's ready. Like what Boss just said, like Blizzard used to be, it's done when it's done. But what has happened, Boss? You had, the dollar sign happening in the background.
They got bought.
And then you get all these big wigs at the top that probably don't know jack about games. They're there just to make money and make a bunch of decisions that negatively affect the developers, and then it negatively affects us, who want the game. But see, the indies, it's just that you're indie. You're not answering to anybody but that core team. So you're making a game because, you want to make the money on it. Of course, you want to make a living doing this. But, you still want to make a great product. Nobody's breathing down your neck. And what happens? Like Boss said that they're killing it. We're getting some great indie games. Like, I just recently started playing Path of Exile. That game is phenomenal.
Yeah.
If you are an action RPG player and it's free, and I'm noticing that for free, I've got the complete game.
Yeah, the grind is real in that one.
You really only microtransaction that you could say kind of affects you is that you can buy more vault space, and really, I'm not really too much tripping on that.
No.
That you guys. I mean, I look at it from after seeing that this is such a great game. Like, you know what? You guys made this awesome product, and it's free.
Taz asked, what was that game again?
Path of Exile. Let me see if I can put it in the chat.
Taz, you played it. It's on your PlayStation. I promise you played it.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't, you know what? I wouldn't. I'm more than likely I'm gonna go ahead and throw some money and buy that expanded vault space. Like, hey guys, man, I appreciate this.
Mm.
Y'all made this freaking awesome game. You know, it doesn't feel cheap in any. It feels like freaking. And now we're talking about it. It seems freaking AAA. Yes, it's like Diablo, but the production value is so great, and you made it free. Like, dang, y'all, yeah. Let me throw some money y'all way. Let me buy this extra vault space, man. You know, you gave me, because it's a lot of content in that. You know, I am nowhere near level cap or in game, and I know that there's some other great in-game content. So yeah, you know, that's freaking awesome. You know, kudos to whoever made that game. But yeah, you know, with the indies, they don't have the publisher breathing down the back. So you can try. They probably have a better time putting out a more polished product. You know, they can control the narrative. Like, you know, when they set up their social media and people start following them, like, hey guys, this is what's going on. This is what's going on. We've done this today. We've done this. You know, oh, we've created this. You know, that builds in anticipation, of course, great marketing, but yet you don't have to worry about EA or Activision Blizzard saying, hey, we want the game out Christmas. We won't have an ET happen.
But you know what though? I think I love the beauty about indie games too, because you also get things like Among Us. Among Us was already out there in the world chilling. Nobody wasn't really playing it. Somebody just doubled back and was like, hey, what was this game here that came out? And then next thing you know, it was like that became the most it game. I mean, whether we played it or not, look at Minecraft. Look at Roblox. Hell, technically look at Fortnite.
Yeah.
These are all indie games that just took off and just did not look back. You know, while you still have AAA titles who putting hundreds of millions of dollars in to want just a little piece of success as some of these other games are getting.
Well, I mean, you got to look at it like this, and at the same time, it's at the risk of sounding redundant to what Zerk said, but you get think about this example. You ever seen that musician or that starving artist that's out there that's doing everything because of the love of music, and they're going out to all these venues just trying to get seen, trying to get heard, and they're taking all the time to, even after their show, after they're done performing, they sit and they talk to people that's there because they took the time to listen to them. So it's like, oh, you paid me with your time. You know, I appreciate that. So they're still humble. And you have all these new developers, all these indie developers that create these games for the passion of it. And because they garner that relationship with the fans to the point to where there's that respect and there's that appreciation because, hey, you guys are playing my game. You guys are making me rich because you're actually giving attention to what I've made to the point to where now, just like Zerk said, we wanted to throw money at Path of Exile. You have all these fans because they want to see this developer succeed so much that they throw all this money. And this is why you get a Fortnite. This is why you get a Hades. This is why you get an Among Us. This is why you get all these games that come out of nowhere. And it's just like, seems like a hype train, but it's really because of the fan base. And then take it to the other example where you have that same artist get signed to a record label. And now what was that pure sound that they had seems to be completely watered down because of what the industry and what the corporation wants it to be, because they say, oh, you know what, we want to take what you've made and we want to make more of that, as opposed to saying, you know, hey, just go make what you think is going to be the next big this. No, we want this same thing. Jen, this is how we get Call of Duties every fucking year.
Absolutely.
That's just what it is. I mean, it's just
so.
It's really
with that being said, kind of like the second half to the question between AAA and indie, where do we see gaming and how it looks about, let's say, 3 to 5 years?
It's a good question.
So hopefully, the indies gain even more of a foothold, given that consoles are online and people got people got these marketplaces. There's the avenue for the indies to get their products out. And like Lip was saying, when they get that dedicated fan base, people, like Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony, with their respective stores, they were like, wait a minute. So this little tiny developer is getting all this traction. We want to get in on this. And, let's, hey, sell your product on our store, hopefully the indies, the people who just got such a passion for the craft to give us these great products, they take over, and gain more of a foothold to where all the big publishers with the deep pockets will be like, wait a minute, all this money we're doing and all these bad decisions we're making, we're losing out. The little guy is the men and women, who do it for the love of it, they're beating us out. They're cutting into the profits, and hopefully you get some leadership that sees it's like, what, we screwed up. We need to embolden and really pour into our development teams. Give them everything they need so they can, bring out the patch. Because essentially, an indie, some of them were probably in the AAA side. And they got tired of whatever that was going on. It's like, what, we're going to go over here and do our own thing. So it's up to, hopefully the leadership sees, hey, indies are taking over. Let's really pour into our developers and bring out that indie spirit that's already in them. And we can start making some great products. So that's my 2 cents. Hopefully the indies can really gain even bigger foothold.
So do we see a possibility of potentially AAA developers trying to make indie like games?
Yes and no.
That would be a welcome sight.
Yes.
Sorry,
I think, and this, I think this has more to do with the corporations. I think if you have higher ups who actually believe in that company that's making the game, and they get behind them and say, hey, we believe in your vision, we trust you to do what you do, then I think we will get more games like that. I mean, case in point, look at Insomniac, look at Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, look at the recent God of War. These are all AAA developers who've made these AAA games who didn't really need to add anything to it. There was no microtransactions in any of these games, and they were complete games. Because again, Sony trusted these companies to go with it, and I think if we get more of that moving forward, and I think Microsoft may be doing that as well with them buying up all these developers, I think we might be moving in a positive direction, and that's just me wishful thinking. But I know Sony's got it though. So,
what is it? To your point on Spider-Man, as time went by on Spider-Man, they kept adding new suits for free when those could have easily been like little DLCs, little paid suits that you could have got. But then they also put out suits that were purposely where others were purposely left out, so they didn't take away from their next game that they planned on doing, which is what's coming out. What, 23 or later 22?
Yeah, 23.
Yeah. So, what was it? They actually said they specifically left out the black suit for the intent of using that for Spider-Man 2, because, well, as we all know now, Venom is going to be in there.
Leave more to be desired.
Exactly.
I'm
ready. You're good.
Bob, what you got?
But yeah, to piggyback off Lip's point, is like you said, Sony has it. Like when Sony gets a developer, they've already proven their worth, and like they be like, all right, here, make whatever you want. Like they recently did with Blue Point. Blue Point came in and were like, we're gonna remake and remaster these Sony games for you. They did it with I forgot what they did before Shadow of the Colossus, but they did something before Shadow of the Colossus. Then they did Shadow of the Colossus and then Demon Souls. And Demon Souls, to this day, in my opinion, is the best looking next gen game out right now. But and then they were just like, once they bought them, they were like, here, make whatever you want that's original. And you know, they did the same thing with not Insomniac, but was it Guerrilla Games. Guerrilla Games for the longest just made nothing but Killzone. Killzone 1, 2, 3, the one on PS4, and then once that one came out as a launch game, they were like, all right, they bought them and they're like, here, make something original, and then we got Horizon Zero Dawn out of that. You know, it's like Sony has it down packed. Like once you like show that you have that ability, they allow you to just flex your muscle. And then
they did the Nathan Drake collection.
Those 360 days. the Nathan Drake collection. That's what they did? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, yeah. There you go. But like back in those 360 days and PS3 days, I didn't have a 360, but I remember one of the Microsoft's biggest things was because they didn't have games. They had that indie thing where people could go through, where indie developers could go through and get their games published on the Microsoft Store, and they got like better perks than they would have gotten on Steam and stuff like that. I forget what it was called, but like they didn't have much of nothing. And then that's what they offered. And then Ubisoft did the same thing. That's how we got Rayman Legends out of that.
That's it. They did have.
They like had like a bunch of 4 different games, and it was like
Gears of War. Good point, Taz.
That was like the only thing they had. But.
Hey.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. They did have Left 4 Dead.
But and then and then Sony did the same thing in the PS4 days. They started focusing more on indies while they still had their AAAs. So you know, I think the right publishers will put money towards the indies, like Sony, like an Ubisoft. They'll take a chance every now and then, but they're not consistent with it. But you know, that's them. They're not consistent all over their company. But like you know, it takes the right amount of people, like you know, or the right companies, I would say, to take that chance. Because
I'll say Ubisoft.
They're not all out there like EA and Activision. It's just no.
No, not in the slightest.
You know,
Zerk, how do you see gaming with AAA and indies in 3 to 5 years?
No.
Yeah, Jaeger.
In 3 to 5 years.
Oh, me. Oh,
yeah.
What
I'm asking you.
I said it in the beginning. You know, I just kind of hope that the indies, you know, they get even bigger foothold. You know.
Okay, that's
with the and also with indies, you know, it's kind of piggybacking off how Lip had used comparison with a musician, an artist in the music industry. You know, they can take a chance and will take a chance on being original or trying to come up with something original. I mean, you know, you can't necessarily be original all the time with like creating a new genre, but they will have more freedom to do the game they want to do versus something the publishers like, you know, hey, we want something that's going to make money.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll give you a pretty good, very innovative, or maybe I can't find the right word I want to say. Just they had some imagination in it. And this was an indie game. Blasphemous.
Oh.
If you are into Metroidvania style games, you guys need to check out Blasphemous. That has a very cool, very interesting story setting,
Mhm.
another hand clap for the Indians. I don't know how you feel about religion, but it may make you feel a little bit uncomfortable, you know. And I'm going to say, being a Christian, the name alone piqued my interest. Like, wait a minute, what's this? you know, oh, they got some religious connotation. You have my attention. I want to see what you do.
Now, Tash just brought up an interesting point just now. With a lot of indie games having that pay to win aspect because they don't have the funding like the AAA developers.
So you're essentially paying by supporting them to win. Is that what you mean?
I guess the fact that, if you hear Red Dead spent 150 million to make, but then you get a insert game here that costs $15, then they might have a bunch of pay to win. They might have a bunch of aspects to pay into the game because they didn't get the funding nor the money like AAA games got. But it's once again, it goes back to the original point. As long as it's not predatory, and as long as it's not if I don't buy this, then I can't succeed in the game. Then that's when it'll throw me off from it personally. Like if
you know what? Sorry to cut you off, Scoop.
No, go ahead.
Maybe we would see that predatory action, and here's another. Like I know microtransactions was a trigger word. Here's another I'll say not trigger word or trigger phrase. Maybe we'll see that predatory aspect in mobile gaming. And I ain't talking about Nintendo DS. I'm talking about goddamn cell phone games.
It's there. It's there.
Oh, it's definitely there.
Man, look here. Goddamn with the Candy Crush.
Mm-hmm.
And
Candy Crush.
You got games, you got mobile games now. Be like, hey, you pay us $3.
No,
you won't never see an ad again.
Well, I was saying, where indie can be predatory is going to be definitely in that space. In both indie and AAA developers will be very predatory in the cell phone space.
Taz say they already there.
Oh yeah, like with some other things that I watch, I heard about some mobile game WWE champions, and apparently there's all kind of money you can spend in that game.
Yeah, so with WWE champions, you can play the game and still earn whatever. It's just very grind heavy. And it's almost one of those, well, fuck it, I might as well spend the money just to get said superstar because I've been playing it for a month straight and I still haven't seen a 3-star, 4-star wrestler. So fuck it, pay the $5, maybe get my first 3-star, 4-star character to try to help me a little bit to progress in the story. But you necessarily don't have to pay. It's just you have to be willing to just grind for like a minute.
And that's a predatory practice in itself.
Like,
what was that? What was that tower defense game on mobile where you could,
and it's already there because everybody here.
What's up?
It was go ahead.
Clash or something.
Clash of Clans. Clash of Clans.
I think Jaeger. Clash of Clans. I think that's what you're talking about. Yeah.
That's the one.
But what I was gonna say was like everybody here, and like I know Scoot remembers Plants vs. Zombies, and what was the other one? Angry Birds. Like, man, like everybody knows Plants vs. Zombies and Angry Birds were great. And Angry Birds had that dominant run for a little while.
Because that was a good
damn,
time
I'm
saver.
still lagging.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, but Angry Birds was good. They had Angry Birds, and then they had Angry Birds Star Wars.
Well, it ain't screw and shop, man.
And
that's lag and break.
Like, damn. Really? Is that bad? Oh shit!
They said he got that. Somebody picked up the phone lag.
Oh my god!
Look here, Boss gonna put a mixtape out. His rap name gonna be AOL.
Oh
and
man,
the mixtape gonna be called Lag Lag. I got that lag lag.
Oh shit! I don't know what the damn issue is, man. Like, I thought I fixed it because like it's streaming fine on my picture, but all of y'all are just lagging. So like,
it ain't us.
Wait a second. Hang on. What's wrong with Jaeger?
I had to answer a text message. That's my bad.
I mean, he was frozen. He didn't blink.
So this is to give a thing. There's an ongoing joke with us at Tag that sometimes Jaeger will freeze in motion, and sometimes we don't know it because he'll look so just stone faced. Then we'll be like, "Oh shit! Wait, he was good." You see Lip over there laughing hard as hell.
Oh, so this is a joke at my expense. When did y'all start joking about this, huh?
Just now.
Oh, just now. Oh, you said ongoing. I was like, ongoing. This is the first time I've heard this shit.
Hey, so wait a minute.
There have been many times you'll be frozen, and we just keep it moving.
Wait a second. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hey, Jaeger, man. Talking about freezing and getting stone faced. What's in that vape, man?
No.
Man, you smoking on that lag?
Nah, smoking on that lag. That's what Boss is on. Got it.
Yeah, man, smoking dial up, man.
Oh my god.
Damn it, man.
He go, like,
going slow.
He can't get the regular stuff.
Oh, you know what? Copyright. We gonna start a dispensary.
Right,
we gonna call it that.
They call it lag, dial.
We gonna have our own screens. Dial up, lag.
Look, man, I got that lag.
I got this awesome sativa. I got this awesome sativa, man. It's called Fiber.
Like, what you mean you got that lag? Like, man, you hit this and you slow down.
And then the sativas are called Fiber.
Oh shit.
I mean, it was almost scary. I mean, like, what's wrong with Jaeger? It was almost like I saw that on a horror movie, Unfriended. Froze, and next thing you know, she was dead.
All right, you know what? Let's go ahead.
Oh yeah, Ghost Ship. I saw that movie, Zerk.
No, it's called Unfriended.
Oh.
Yeah, it was.
When they're all
in a group chat. Yeah, like this here. And it had the uninvited ghost in there. And the first girl that died, she just froze on the screen, just like you did.
Oh, shit.
And then it was switched to like a death scene.
Oh, fuck.
You know, let's go
hang on, Scoot. I want to, because Boss got in there with the lag. I wanted to give Boss a chance to make his last point.
Oh, no. I was about to give everybody their last points, and I was going to let Boss go first since he got that AOL going. So, overall, what's the final thoughts on the subject, starting with Boss?
But as I was saying, and Scoot knows this, we both played Plants vs. Zombies back and forth. And the reason nobody knows about or even remembers the sequel is because that thing had microtransactions out the ass, and it was pay to win. You couldn't complete like early levels without buying certain plants with real money. And that same thing happened with Angry Birds too. Like Angry Birds dominated for a good few years. Like they had like Angry Birds, Star Wars, and other shit.
He's still doing it.
And like Angry Birds 2 had the same thing. You couldn't knock down shit unless you bought certain birds. But damn it, man. Yeah, like the indie versus AAA space is going to look real different depending on a number of factors. It's going to depend on if these studios can survive with the Game Pass, and then Sony coming out with their own. It's gonna depend on if VR takes off. It's gonna depend on a lot of things, but I can't wait to see it though.
Yes.
In about 20 seconds now when I catch up. So
Jaeger, what you got?
I can only hope that AAA developers take a lesson from indies, and hopefully we see some bits of the past flashback, in the sense that we start seeing complete games come out again. Like the indie games that are done right are taken and received so well. Hopefully they don't just let corporate greed or some crap like that take over to where they just want to start buying up all the indies after they put out that solid first game. Like I really hope gaming gets better. And I mean, it's sad to. I mean, I used to always want to I used to treat a Friday at Blockbuster like a kid in a candy shop.
Absolutely.
Because I didn't know what the hell I wanted, because every game that came out was always just good. Now it's gotten to a point where you look forward to what, 2-3 games out of the year, just because. And I mean, that's great and all. That way I know what to save up my money and spend my money on.
True.
Especially like even if it comes out with like some microtransaction shit, like it's still going to go towards a good game. But I want to be that kid in the candy shop again.
I definitely feel that. Definitely feel that, because you was right. It was almost like you feel like you was making life or death decisions.
Yes.
It was like, which game do I get? Because I can only get one.
Mama only said one.
Dizzle, what you got? If you can regain composure.
Fuck everybody in the chat. Oh shit. Yo.
Did I do it again?
No. Hold on. It's why I said fuck the chat.
So Jaeger, to catch you up right quick, this is what Zerk put. He said Stoneface Jaeger when your mixtape dropping.
Oh shit.
Sorry, why
Then he said the mixtape was gonna be called Take a Puff and Freeze. And then Taz put, it's gonna feature Asthmatic, which is Dizzle up there.
Asthmatic.
So I had this character that I would imitate on the bus when we would drive home from school, and he'd be an asthmatic rapper. So like he'd have to take bosses
that fucking inhaler
between each bar just to take a breath.
Oh my god! You know you're wrong for that. That's hilarious.
I was laughing so much, it hit perfectly.
Probably like that lag wheel.
Look, I just hope that the developers get on the same page with corporate. We can all just coincide with one another to the point to where it's like, yeah, we hired you for a reason. We believe in you. Do what you got to do. We'll back you. Need the funding. Cool. I mean, just like how Sony does with Last of Us.
Yeah.
Last of Us 1 was a fucking darling to the gaming industry. Last of Us 2, people were on the fence about it. You have people that loved it, people that hated it. A very few people that's in between. But you never saw Sony say, you know, hey, we're done with it. Don't make any more. They, again, through success and failure, even if you can count that a failure, they're always behind their developers, and they just don't, you know, they don't cut them loose because they did one bad game or made one odd decision. They say, hey, that was your vision. You did it. Cool. People liked it. People bought it. No problem.
Yeah.
Keep doing what you're doing. So, yeah, that's all I can hope for.
All right,
That's
Zach,
fair.
what you got?
I hope, and maybe what's going on right now, we're going to start seeing it. I would like to see the developers take a stand, you know, against the publishers and against upper management. That, you know, we're not going to take this abuse anymore. You know, I mean, we already see what's going on, the whole train wreck of Activision Blizzard, but we see people taking a stand now, but you know, abuse just period has been rampant, you know, with the crunch time, and you've heard stories of unpaid overtime and things like that. I would like to see the boots on the ground take a stand, you know.
Yeah.
And hopefully that's what's going to happen, especially in the light of given events where actually they are taking a stand now. That's only going to be positive for everybody, for them, and we're going to feel that positive effect as well, because once they kill off all that negative energy, you know, yeah, once they kill off all that negative energy, you know, they're going to get back to making the games with passion, pretty much, you know, and we'll see that indie spirit coming out of the AAA side once they kill off all that negative energy. So hopefully, all in all, I want to see the people, the artists, programmers, you know, all the folks that's actually building these great worlds for us, take a stand against that upper management and bring back that spirit they had when they first got in the industry. All they want to do is create these awesome worlds for us to escape in. That's all.
Remember, people, you don't see the presidents fight wars.
That is true. That is true.
Ooh,
I would say
wouldn't that be
personally,
fun though?
it would. I would say personally, the indies can do what the indies keep doing, but as me personally, with the AAA peeps, if your game ain't ready, like Zerk was saying, take a stand, fam. Give us 6 months. The game will be ready. Give us time, because who would have thought, as much love as CD Projekt Red was getting, that they would have took that reputation hit. You know, EA has took reputation hit after reputation hit. Activision Blizzard, that's just another time for another story. But, you know, make the games you want to make, but also let it be ready. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like y'all frying chicken and the chicken not fully cooked.
I don't need
You
to see red
know,
meat in my chicken breast, man.
exactly. You know, y'all virtually delivering salmonella poison at the moment. You know what I'm saying? So just let the games be ready. Just you know, make sure they give the love and the time they need to be ready, because you know people don't like paying $60-$70 for games that aren't complete. All right, this was fun. We had a bunch of laughs thanks to Taz in the comments and unforeseen issues like with AOL down there. With that being said, Jaeger, where can the good people find you, especially you know the
Oh,
ladies out there? Where can they find you at, sir?
well, ladies, first and foremost, just check your DMs. You know, I might be there, you might be in mine. We'll figure it out. We'll make a thing of it. Fellas, anybody else? Fellas with that are angry about their girlfriends in my DMs. First of all, it'll be okay. Second, Jaeger Bombastic. It's there on the Twitter. It's there on the IG. It's there in the gamer tag, the PlayStation. It's all across the board.
Dizzle, other than Final Fantasy 14, where can they find you?
I mean, shit. If Final Fantasy anything to say about it, you ain't gonna be able to find me anywhere this weekend at least. But other than that, Lifestyle One Up, get that daily dose of positivity Monday through Friday morning on all your podcast listening platforms, IGs, your Twitters, your TikToks, your YouTube. Other than that, Lip Dizzle, same ones, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, all that other shit. You can find me with tags. The tactics, no, not the tactics, the TikToks.
The tactics.
I thought you was having a moment there, Lip. Like,
No, because look, that's what I'm saying. Because I saw. See, this Taz can't come. Taz can't come back in the chat anymore. He gone. He gone. Anyway, you can find me with the tag team over here, Scoot, Jaeger.
Yeah.
You know, just go to YouTube. You'll see it. It's there. Anyway, yeah.
All right, for the ninjas, of course, you can find us on Instagram, TikTok, or TokTiks, if that's a whatever. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Anchor, Google, Spotify, all on the Less Than Stealthy Ninjas. You know, one big word. Taz got a question. You know, one big word, all of that. You know, we're all there. As Dizzle like to say, we are Googleable. I don't know, Taz. We gotta see. You know, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We got a rigorous program of joining the ninjas. You know, and Top. Who is Top? Who? How you go? I was gonna say, how you gonna ask to join the squad when you can't even spell it?
You trying to bring your best friend Ty into this?
You know what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to tag, you know what I'm saying, you gotta talk to Dizzle about tag. You know, that's a Dizzle question. You know, so I see the look on his face like he want to say something. But yes, ninjas, you can find us everywhere. Just Google us. We Googleable. We out here.
You know what? I found out that I am Googleable as well, mainly because of my features here. So thank you, Less Than Stealthy Ninjas, for helping me become Googleable.
There you go, Dizzle.
I don't need one. I'm asthma free.
Yeah, he probably get us in Ayla and spike you with that leg.
For my tag family, Jaeger and Dizzle. For my ninjas, Boss, Zerk, Aranya, who couldn't be with us, and myself, we want to thank y'all for coming out, rocking with us. Hopefully, next time, Boss will at least be on 56K. You know,
don't let Nico be here if that shit happens again.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be on 56K this time. You know what I'm saying? Maybe broadband. We'll see. I don't know.
No. Next time I'm just gonna record from my Nokia in-game.
You know what I'm saying? We'll figure it out. But
from that Nokia.
Until we back again, thank y'all for rocking with us. Thank y'all for coming out. And for us ninjas, well, first to my tag brethren, you know what I'm saying? I gotta hit y'all with that. You know, it's been a while since we've done this. You know, we got you know. And for my ninja fam, we just trying to make our ninja brothers proud. Peace, everybody.